Andromeda, I gotta film. I can't film if you're sitting in my seat. You're so cute. Yeah. You're gonna get comfier? You're so cute. Look at you. Yeah. Hi everyone, it's me, Shelby from Shelby's Crafty Books and Games, and today we're going to be doing the weekly reading update video. So basically what I do is talk about the books that I read the previous week, and then I talk about the books I plan to read this coming week. So the previous week was July 13th through the 20th, and this coming week will be July 21st through the 27th. So let's get started. Okay, so in the week of the 13th through the 20th, I finished 3 audiobooks. Yes, 3 audiobooks. And I finished 1 Kindle book. I usually do more of the physical book side, of the Kindle book side, than my audiobooks, but I really got the itch to draw this last week. So I had an audiobook going as I was drawing. And if you go to my shorts feed, you might see some of the pictures that I drew, because I actually remembered to videotape some of them as I did them. So check that out if you want to. So for the Kindle book I finished, that was a reread of Bound by Ravens. And this is the summary for that book. 2 rival thieves, a fate heist gone wrong, a curse that threatens to steal more than their freedom. It was a simple job. All I had to do was steal a ring from the mainland, which for the Thieves Guild that owned me. Easy enough, right? The reward would bring me closer to earning my freedom. And stars above, I wanted off this floating luxury island. But then he showed up, a coffee thief from a rival guild, and ruined all my plans. Every single one. I lost the ring and my chance at freedom. But on the bright side, if we fail to retrieve 3 magical artifacts for the witch, I'll be forever cursed to exist no more than 15 feet from that unnaturally beautiful, arrogant elf. As an additional threat, we will be hunted down by our own guilds when this curse prevents us from returning. I honestly don't believe things could get any worse, until he offered a solution to our not-so-little problem, a bargain to save our lives. I would laugh, except I don't realize there was anything left for my life to steal. So this was a really cute and quick romance book that is actually part of a series. There's 3 of the books out now. I think there's a 4th one coming, and it's really fun. It follows Tyron and Finn as they try to steal a ring and then have to go and find magical artifacts for the witch they tried to steal from. And it has tons of swoony moments in it if you love those kinds of things. It's got tons of fun banter between the 2 characters. I was laughing and grinning the whole time reading this. It's just a fun and quick romance read if you're into that. The other 2 books are actually much longer, but they're all interconnected. They just follow different characters. And I really like series like that. So if you want to jump into one of those, I highly recommend Bound by Ravens. And I gave Bound by Ravens a 4 out of 5 stars. Okay, so next is the 3 audiobooks I finished, and the reason I was able to finish so many was partly because I only had maybe 100 pages left of this book when I went into it that week. So, and that was The Ash Princess, and this one is a princess, prisoner, orphan, rebel. Theodosia is 6 when her country is invaded and her mother, the Fire Queen, is murdered before her eyes. On that day, the Kaiser took Theodosia's family, her land, and her name. Theo was crowned Ash Princess, a title of shame to wear in her new life as prisoner. For 10 years, Theo has been captive in her own palace. Then one night, the Kaiser forces her to do the unthinkable. With blood and on her hands and hope of reclaiming her throne lost, she realizes that surviving is no longer enough. And she does have a weapon. Her mind is sharper than any sword. For 10 years, the Ash Princess has seen her land pillaged and her people enslaved. That ends here, because power isn't always won on the battlefield. So I really enjoyed this audiobook. It was really interesting to listen to as Theodosia planned out these big plans to get back at these people who took over her kingdom, and also to make alliances with other countries after she found out things like the Kaiser wanting to invade other countries nearby, and hoping maybe they could become allies with her after she left this country. And it was also really fun to see, oh, what is she going to do when she thinks somebody's about to find out her secret, or they kind of partially figure out what's going on. And it was really fun to see her plan coming together. Of course, not all of it went the way it was supposed to, but she still was able to make it out at the end, and it was really fun to listen to see all this play out. and I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars, and I hope to pick up the second book, which is Lady Smoke, soon. The next audiobook that I listened to was Black Beauty, because for my birthday book tag video, which you can watch, it came out about a week ago. I can put a link to it if anybody wants to see it in the description below. That I had to, one of the questions was about any classics you want to like reread now that you're older and stuff like that. And I picked Black Beauty for that, and then I realized, yeah, I haven't read this in forever. So I got the audiobook. It was like free on Audible. I guess it's like a thing because it's a classic and you don't have to like pay your credits or pay money to listen to it. So that's what I did. And here's a summary for that because I don't own a physical copy. So it's going to be here on my Kindle. So let me. As a young horse, Black Beauty is well loved and happy. But when his owner is forced to sell him, his life changes drastically. He has many owners, some of them cruel and some of them kind. All he needs is someone to love him again. Whether pulling an elegant carriage or ramshackle cab, Black Beauty tries to live the best he can. In this amazing story, told as only he could tell. So yeah, as it says, it follows the life of a horse. And it was really interesting to listen as this horse kind of went from owner to owner and seeing how each person would treat him. The way it sets up, I thought maybe he would have a more, like, not as great owners, but he only really had like 1 or 2 at the very end, and then he actually got back with a owner who actually used to take care of him when the owner was a little boy. I thought that was a nice way to end it, and I just thought it was a really nice story. I will give it 4.5 out of 5 stars. And then the last audiobook I listened to this week is You Are a Badass, and it is in this refreshing, entertaining how-to guide. Best-selling author and worldwide traveling coach Jen Shinichiro serves up 27 bite-sized chapters full of hilariously inspiring stories, savage advice, and easy exercises, and the occasional swear word to help you identify and change the self-sabotaging beliefs and behaviors that stop you from getting what you want. Create a life you totally love and create it now, and make some good money already. The kind you never made before. By the end of You Are a Badass, you will understand why you are how you are, how to love what you can't change, and how to change what you don't love, and how to use the Force to kick some serious ass. So yeah, I kind of like listening to this every once in a while just to kind of like, you know, relearn some techniques to kind of make myself feel better, to kind of do better in life. And I think this is probably the 2nd or 3rd time I've listened to it. And I kind of just put it on in the background when I was like drawing and I was at work, and I got through it and kind of, you know, refigured out stuff that I could do to make myself feel better. But I really think I'm going to start doing what one of the things it was, which was to tell yourself a mantra in the morning and maybe meditate in the morning to kind of get yourself feeling good. And I hope to start doing that soon. So this gets, I think, this gets a 3.5 stars out of 5. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the books I hope to plan to read this coming week from the 21st to the 27th. Let's get started. And first will be the physical book, and that is The Rose Gate. And this is an independently published book that I found on Kindle, and I really liked it when I read it way a long time ago. And now I finally got a physical copy, and I hope to read it now. So let's do the summary. Once upon a time, a girl from our world found a gate to the fairy realm. All Isabelle wants is a quiet place to read, but apparently that's too much to ask. She only needs to make it through one last summer with her broken family before she can leave for university and get on with her life. At least she has her books and the solitude of the woods. But there are wolves in these woods. Caught out in the forest after dark, Isabella is pursued by a disturbingly intelligent pack of wolves. Then the grizzly bear who rescues her turns out to be a cursed fey prince, and she realizes her life isn't the only thing in danger. She could lose her heart. Trapped by the wolves at the prince's home in the fairy, Isabelle tries to unravel the mystery behind the surly prince's scars, because time is running out for the castle and its inhabitants. And if Isabella can't find a way to break the spell and save the prince from the unseen queen, she may lose everything she's come to love. So I am on chapter 4 of this, really loving it. It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling. I love Beauty and the Beast, so this is a no-brainer for me. and I really like this idea of putting it in the modern times and then having like this portal to like a magical fairy kingdom. So I'm having really fun with it. I can't wait to keep reading and seeing what I give it once I finish it. Next is my Kindle read. I did get this on Kindle, and then I was at a used bookstore a couple days ago, and I was lucky enough to find a physical copy of this. So, and that is For Steam and Country, and this is the summary of it. Her father's been pronounced dead. Destructive earthquakes rage the countryside. An invading army looms over the horizon, and Zero's days is just getting started. Abandoned at an early age, Zero von Monocle found life as the daughter of a great adventurer to be filled with the hard work and difficulty. She quickly learned to rely on herself, but when a messenger brought news that her father was dead and that she was the heir to his airship, her world turned upside down. Zero soon finds herself trapped in the midst of a war between her home country and the cruel empire, whose soldiers are acting peculiarly, almost inhuman. With the enemy army advancing, her newfound ship's crew may be the only ones who can save the kingdom. So yes, this is another independently published book I found both on Kindle, and also the fact I do listen to the author who is on YouTube. He makes YouTube videos I like to listen to, so I thought I would finally check out some of his books, and I can't wait to read this because it's also steampunk, and I love steampunk. So I can't wait to jump into this. And last but not least is the audiobook I hope to listen to, and it's going to be a re-listen for me because I listened to this about 2 years ago, and I got the urge to listen to it again because the author has put out a new book in the series that's going to be following some other characters, where like the first 6 followed the same characters, and now this is going to be following some characters aged up who were introduced and had smaller parts in the series. And that series is Shatter Me, and this is the summary. The moon understands what it means to be human, uncertain, alone, created by imperfections. No one knows why Juliet's touch is fatal, but the establishment has plans for her, plans to use her as a weapon, but Juliet has plans of her own. After a lifetime without freedom, she's finally discovering a strength to fight back for the very first time, and find a future with the one boy she thought she'd lost forever. In this electrifying first book in the Shatter Me series, Tahira Mafi presents a riveting dystopian world, a thrilling superhero story, and an unforgettable heroine. So yeah, I'm about this far in. That would be around chapter 13, I think is what the audiobook said. And I really liked this the first time I listened to it on audiobook because I kind of really like the way the book is written, but Juliet's brain's kind of chaotic, and like when she wants to go back on something she thought, you kind of hear the scratch sound on the audiobook, and it's supposed to be like a pencil scratching through the line, and I really like that. And I just really like seeing how Juliet as a character kind of evolves, becoming from this scared, quiet girl to this complete badass toward the end of the series. So it's really fun to listen to, and I can't wait to re-listen to it and hopefully get up to the newest book in this series, which I believe is called Watch Me. So those are the 3 books I hope I can get to, or get a good chunk of, done this coming week. I would love to know what you're reading this week. Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be seeing you later. Bye!